Atkins Civil 3D video series, Road 6D, Corridor Targets. This video illustrates A. Set all surface targets, B. Set width targets, C. Set elevation targets, and D. Use Spreadsheet to analyze events. Targets are used to define the horizontal distance and vertical elevation for the variable parameters in the sub-assemblies contained in the assembly for each region. The targets are automatically obtained from each sub-assembly. It is important that each sub-assembly used contain the desired targets. Create all surface targets, prospector, corridors, right-click, Ken corridor, properties, parameters tab, set all targets. Surfaces, click here to set all. Select existing surface with aerial, OK, OK, OK. Rebuild. Action, clear all events, close panorama. All daylight targets in all assemblies in all regions have been set. Set the width targets for Kincaid left baseline. Layers C3D corridor and C road ETW have been frozen so that the ETW feature lines can easily be selected. Open the corridor dialog box. Right-click Ken corridor, properties. Collapse all regions. It is faster and easier to use the baselines rather than regions to set the width and elevation targets. Select the Ken left baseline. Target column, pick the 3-dot icon. Collapse surfaces for which the targets have previously been set. In the width are all set targets. Lane width alignment or the lane left subassembly. Pick none. Select object type to target. Pick feature lines from a drop list. Select from drawing. Pick the Kincaid left ETW. Enter. OK. Repeat for all lane left width targets. None. Select from drawing. Enter. OK. When finished with setting the lane width targets for a baseline, review that each lane width assembly contains an appropriate ETW width object. Lane left, ETW left. When viewing, note the sequence. 2 individual, 4 in a group, 2 individual, 4 in a group, 2 individual, 4 in a group. And then the last one is just 1 individual. When finished reviewing, collapse the width or offset targets. Set the elevation targets for the Kincaid left baseline. For the first outside elevation profile or lane left assembly, pick none. Object type to target. Select profile from a drop list. Select an alignment. Ken crown. Select profile. Ken ETW left. Add. OK. Repeat for each lane subassembly. When finished with setting the outside lane elevation targets for a baseline, review that each lane subassembly contains an appropriate ETW elevation object. Lane left, ETW left. When reviewing, notice the sequence. 2 individual, 4 in a group, 2 individual, 4 in a group, 2 individual, 4 in a group, 2 individual. Looks like I missed one. Two individual, 4 in a group. There's a right instead of a left. Pick the target, delete. OK. Pick none. Select Ken crown. ETW left, add. OK. 2 individual, 4 in a group. Missed another one. None. Ken crown. ETW left, add. OK. 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 Rebuild corridor. Action, clear all event. Close panorama. In this video, the width and elevation targets for the Ken Crown right baseline and the left and right baseline for each side road have been set. Set the width and elevation targets for each curb return baseline. Right-click Ken Corridor, Properties, collapse all baselines, scroll down to the curb return baselines, pick the first curb return. In the target column, pick the 3-dot icon. Width or all set targets. Lane right, pick none. Select from drawing. Zoom in to the area. Pick the Ken ETW. The feature line. Pick the side road ETW feature line. Enter. OK. Slope and elevation targets. Lane right, pick none. Profiles, select an alignment. This is for the ETW, Ken Crown. Select the appropriate profile. Ken ETW right, add. Select the alignment for the side road. 44 south. Pick the appropriate profile. ETW left, add. OK. OK. Repeat for each curb return. When finished setting the width and elevation targets for all curb returns, depress OK to close Corridor Properties dialog box. Rebuild the corridor. Action, clear all events. Close panorama. Set the outside lane width and elevation targets for each wedge-long baseline. The wedge-long alignment and profile is for the inside lane. Right-click Ken Corridor, Properties, collapse all baselines, scroll down to the 49th North wedge-long left baseline. Pick the 3-dot icon for the targets. There are no surfaces for the wedge-long baselines. Width or all set targets, select none. Select from drawing. Pick the Kincaid left ETW feature line. Enter. OK. Slope or elevation targets, pick none. Scroll down to Ken Crown. Ken ETW left. Add. OK. OK. Repeat for each wedge-long baseline. When finished setting the wedge-long baseline targets, depress OK to close dialog box. Rebuild corridor. There is a 96 event. Depress export list icon. Browse to the project folder. Reports folder. File name, corridor events. Save. Clear all events. Close panorama. Use Excel spreadsheet to review and analyze corridor target events. Data tab, from text icon. Browse to location of the events folder. Corridor events.txt, import, next. Remove all delimiters, next. Finish, OK. Select column A. All rows should be highlighted. Set the font to Arial, 9 point. Set the row height to 11. Shift Control N to select all rows containing data. Page layout, set print area. Print and analyze data to determine where changes to the corridor regions are needed. This Excel spreadsheet shows the initial 95 corridor target events that occurred. The data that was exported from Civil 3D is shown on the left side and the corrective actions taken on the right side. This spreadsheet shows the 3 target events that I was unable to correct within 8 hours. These 3 target events are associated with the 2 wedge short regions for the 49th north left and the 49th south right baselines. These 2 regions are fairly small and will not have any significant effect on the corridor. As such, it is probably not worth the time and effort to find the issues associated with these 2 regions. Actions to correct target events. Where a profile does not extend prior to the first region or beyond the last region, the start-end station for the region needs to be increased, reduced by 0.005 of a foot. The correct ETW feature lines for the width targets and the ETW profiles for the elevation targets need to be selected. For the intersection of the side road ETW with the primary road ETW, the station in the side road ETW profile should be to the nearest 1/1000th of a foot, and the start-end station in the region should be increased, decreased by 0.005 of a foot. The primary road ETW profile and a side road ETW profile should both be used for the wedge short elevation targets. The primary road ETW feature line needs to be used in lieu of the side road ETW feature line for the wedge short width targets. For CR curb return baselines, the primary road BCR station in the region needs to be increased, decreased by 0.005 of a foot. This video is a part of the Civil 3D video series created by Gerald Atkins of Atkins Engineering. Visit www.atkengr.com for instruction manuals, tutorial drawings, template drawings, and Civil 3D videos.